Okay, welcome to a very important video. It's freezing cold here in Melbourne, hence the attire. This video is a long time coming for, I'd say, the vast majority of women who are in this course. You've tried every diet up until this point. You've tried paleo, low carb, no carb, not allowed to eat after a certain time, intermittent fasting, juice cleanses, fasting, veganism, vegetarianism, like everything under the sun, which is, not only have you tried them and obviously failed, or they just weren't sustainable. Maybe you got results, but they just weren't sustainable in the long term. On top of decades, literal decades of not only you, but of your parents who have raised you, decades and generations of you need to eat less food in order to lose weight. And now I've come in and gone, oh no, these are your maintenance calories. This is your target for you to lose weight. Hit that target for your calories and your protein, and you'll lose weight. You'll get your goals. And then you've gone, wow, this is a large volume of food. It might not be calorie dense, but I've essentially put you in a position where I'm giving you more food to eat in terms of volume, but your mindset and your body is just like, well, I'm trying to lose weight here. I should eat less food than what Jack's given me. I should eat less food, and then I'll get even more results. I'll even get better results. And when I say less food, I mean a couple of 100 calories or more less most days than what I've assigned for you, or what the challenge is set for you if you aren't a one-on-one coach client. So I'm talking about, I've given you a calorie target of 1700, and then on a weekly average, on a daily average across the week, maybe you're hitting 1500 or less. And same with protein. I've given you maybe a target of 140 grams of protein for a day on average, and you might be hitting 125. Why does this matter? Well, you're obviously watching this video because the results that you're after, the rapid change, just isn't occurring for some reason. If you've watched my previous video above, that goes into, I guess, the harsh reality of maybe you're not calorie counting correctly, and you're like, no, that's not it. I definitely am counting my calories, and I'm just not. I'm unconsciously or consciously not eating what Jack has set me. Now, I just want to reinforce that all of your other diets haven't worked. What have you got to lose on this diet by following the calorie goals that I've set you? That's one point. Second point, are you approaching this program and this calorie goal with the same expectations of the crash fad diets? Are you expecting 2 kilo a week weight loss, 1 kilo a week weight loss? Maybe you've plateaued after 1 to 2 weeks and you're just not hitting your calorie goals correctly. In this last couple of weeks, have you been under eating, and then on 1 or 2 days you've overeaten? Like you've gone the opposite. So you've under eaten for 4 or 5 days in a row, and then you've gone over your calories, like too much. Like, oh no, maybe you're thinking you're saving the calories and banking on the calories. How's it working for you? Well, we're watching this video, so obviously there's a bit of frustration. There's a bit of a sense of deflatedness, and just being like, I'm not getting the results that I want. But then I'm here going, you're not doing what I've asked you to do. And rather than make a tough love video, I want to show you why it's so important that the calories that I've given you are followed as closely as possible. I'm going to bring up my favorite little tool, paint. I'm a master of paint. Let me see if this will show. Beautiful. Okay. And it's going to show on the screen. Yeah, nice. Okay, your metabolism and undereating. Now, your metabolism. I want you to have a look at this little chart. I want you to assume that calories in versus calories out. So let me get rid of this screen just for a second. As we've discussed along this course, and as you've read and watched these videos, every day you'll burn a certain amount of energy, which is measured in calories. And you'll have a specific, based on what I've given you, you'll have a really specific maintenance calories, which means if you eat this amount per day, you won't lose weight or you won't gain weight. This is your maintenance calories, your Goldilocks zone, where it's just right. Your body's just like, yep, the amount of food that I'm burning, the amount of food that I'm eating is matching the amount of food that I'm burning. This chart, this paint chart, is a description of the amount of energy that you are burning throughout an entire day. Let me get it back up. Beautiful. I'll guide you through, so you don't have to read it all. But you're essentially where you're burning and what you're burning. So let's just say your maintenance calories for an entire day is 2,000. Let me see if you can see this. If not, I'll bring it into frame. Sweet, 2,000. Yeah, you can see that. 2,000 calories. If you eat 2,000 calories, and let's just say you're burning 2,000 calories in one day. Okay, beautiful. And you've eaten 2,000, so you're not gaining or you're not losing weight. And by the way, like for majority of girls in this program who are trying to lose weight, your maintenance calories are going to be around 1,900 to 2,000. If you follow my workout program and the steps, I've created and done analysis based on your age, gender, weight, lifestyle, work lifestyle, and I've given you a really specific calorie deficit, which is the perfect amount of calories that you can be eating to lose the amount of weight as possible without crashing in the future. This chart is showing the amount of what you're burning and how you're burning it. So the vast majority of your calories, so 70% of your calories in an entire day are being burnt by your BMR, basal metabolic rate. So 70% of your 2,000 calories is being burnt by basal metabolic. What is that? So 2,000 times 0.7. So 1,400 calories are being burnt out of this 2,000. So vast majority are being burnt simply by BMR. Now BMR is everything your body needs to function. So your organ functionality, a little bit of your like ability to digest food, your ability to function, your reproductive system, your respiratory system, your adrenal system, your here we go, my biology's coming back, and anatomy. Literally everything from neurology down to just basic processes that are occurring from thermoregulation. Everything is just occurring from basal metabolic rate. This is why you get so many this is why you can't really out-train a bad diet, because vast majority of your calories are simply just going towards human function. Now, the rest of the calories, so the rest of the 30% of your daily calories are coming from something that's called NEAT, so non-exercise activity. So this is daily movement, like taking the stairs, standing in meetings, standing when you're on the phone, doing some gardening, just not like steps per day, but like just walking to and from the car park, to or from lectures if you're a student, just basic stuff. So this is just like general day movement to and from the bathroom, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So 15% is coming from this. Let me get my little calculator again. So 15% from 2000 times 0.15. That's 300 calories of the day of 2000 is coming from this. Oh, that's too big. So it doesn't seem like much, does it? But it's still 300. 5% is coming from exercise activity thermogenesis. So literally, and I'm going to take this screen off, literally only 5% of your daily calorie expenditure of what you're burning in terms of calories is coming from exercise. Only 5%. This is why I say your body transformation is a nutritional factor. Your body transformation comes from the kitchen, because your body, I know what you think. You're thinking, what the fuck? How is it possible that only 5% of my daily expenditure is from exercise? I thought you had to work out. I thought going to the gym 5 days a week. I thought yada yada yada. I thought that's what causes weight loss. And this is why the entire fitness industry is bullshit. This is why HIIT training and working out 5 days a week is bullshit, because they lie to you. This is straight up proven scientific fact that your ability to lose weight comes from your diet, not from exercise. Now, I know you think that can't be right, Jack. I exercise really hard. I sweat so much. I do cardio, I walk, I'm in the gym, blah, blah, blah. You have to realize when you're lifting weights in the gym, it's an anaerobic movement. Anaerobic meaning you're using your ATP energy stores. You're not tapping into your fat storage in order to lift weights. You're tapping into your adenosine triphosphates, which typically coming from just free range glucose in your muscles and bloodstream. So you're not burning fat typically when you're lifting weights. That's it. And when you are burning fat that has been stored on your body has so much energy in these little fat cells. You have so much energy, stored energy per fat cell, that it only takes a small amount of fat being burned to fuel a workout. So as you've seen, like walking, a brisk walk uphill, you might burn, based on your body type, whatnot, you might burn about 220 calories per half an hour of walking. 220 calories per half an hour of walking. Oh, that's all right. What if I run? Well, it's not going to do too much difference. If anything, if you run for half an hour, you might burn 400 calories. What if I run really fast? What if I run longer? Well, now, if you start running longer and really, really hard, now we go into the realm of, okay, now your body's exhausted and tired and wants to eat more food. So they almost cancel each other out, because now you're hungry. You're going to eat another 300 calories just to make up for the run that you exhausted yourself doing, and now you're only burnt 100 calories after the fact. So now you're starting to see that exercise is bugger all when it comes to weight loss. It's nutrition. Now let's go back to my little chart while I'm blowing your mind. So 5% of your calories are coming from, of burnt calories are coming from exercise. This is, and if you're still doubting me, I want you to realize that the human body that we know of, like the human brain that we know of, has been evolving for, if you go like down the rabbit hole of evolution, the human brain is predicted that it's about a 2 million year old brain. Not our brain. Obviously, we've had countless different evolutions of primates, but the modern brain has been evolving for about 40,000 years. So your body, let me stop this page. Thousands and 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 thousands of years has been evolving to become efficient. And it was up until 200 years ago, it was life or death if you didn't store fat and energy on your body in order to survive long periods without food. Okay, having excess food is very recent in our modern day of eating. This is why let alone high fructose corn syrups, the absorbent amount of fried foods and oils and breads, like, not that they're bad, but they're just, you can get a lot of calories in from these foods. That's why people say they're bad, just because they're calorie dense and you can eat a lot of them. Like, think about it, where would you have gotten fat from back in like 1,000 years ago? Where would you have gotten fat? Animal products, maybe animal fat, that's about it. Or like olive oil, coconut oil, fried foods, they're modern inventions and your body just hasn't gotten used to them yet. So let me bring this back on. So you've got 2,000 calories, only 5% is being converted. I think that's 50 calories. Let me do I should trust my mathematical skills. No, 100. So only out of a 2,000 calories being burnt from your body, you're gonna hate these realizations, aren't you? Only 100 calories are being burnt from exercise on average. The thermo effect of food. So this accounts for 10% of your diet. So, for example, once you've eaten this food, it takes a certain amount of energy in order to digest the food that you're eating. So as you can see, oh wait, that's not eating. Sorry, I get distracted by the word eat. The food that you'll eat, so let's just say you eat 2,000 calories in a day. In order to digest and process that 2,000 calories, it takes energy to burn and process energy. So that's a pretty cool one. And the more protein that you eat, the more energy that you burn simply from this process. So 10% of 2,000, that's 200 calories. So you're burning more calories literally from digesting your food on average versus the amount of exercise that you're doing. This freaking blew me away when I first saw it, because like, oh my god, this is how important your diet is, because you just can't out-train a bad diet. Now, what has this got to do with under eating, Jack? You're rambling. This is turning into a long video. Okay, let me make this next step really quick. Simple. Keep it simple, Jack. A quick video is a good video. Now, if you are under eating, so what we've probably done, I have created a really specific calorie target for you. And so instead of you gunning for 2,000 calories, maybe I have you gunning for something around the ballpark of, let's go 16 to 1,800 calories. Everyone's different, so please do not do this without approval or advisory. This is more for entertainment and educational purposes. Go see a doctor for advice. I am not a doctor or a nutritionist, but let's just pretend your calorie deficit to lose weight is between 1,600 and 1,800. Anything less than this on a long-term basis is going to result in your body thinking that it's in a survival state. Your body's literally going to be thinking, oh my god, food is scarce, and this is what your body is going to do. Food is scarce now that I'm in a 1,600 calorie deficit. What I'm going to do, instead of, get rid of this 2,000. Oh no, it's okay. Let's keep that there. what your body does, because it's thousands and thousands and thousands of years old, and it's so efficient at not dying from survival and starvation mode, which you've essentially done if you're under eating on a consistent basis. I want you to assume like that the calories that I've set for you are just above the safety line. So the calories that I've set for you are just above your safety line. They're your perfect calories. If you average anything less for a long period of time, this is what's going to happen to your body. What your body is going to do, because it's so beautiful and amazing, and it wants to protect you. It wants to protect your reproductive organs. It wants to protect your brain. It wants to protect your ability to digest food in the future. What it does, it literally goes, you know, all that energy that I'm expending on non-exercise activity, including taking the stairs to work, meetings, walking around on the phone, doing the gardening, walking, doing chores around the house, I'm going to force my body to turn this down. You know what I'm going to do, instead of this being 15% of my daily intake, I'm going to reduce this 15%, and I'm just going to make it 5%. I can't be fucked walking to that, because I'm already in a survival state. Let's just make this 5% instead of 15%. So what this does, because you've made this 5% instead of 15%, now you've lowered your daily maintenance calories. Your daily maintenance calories were 2,000, but now that your body has literally lowered its non-exercise activity burning of calories from 15% down to 5%, your maintenance calories have now turned into from 2,000 down to 1,800. It's gone, bugger it. I'm not burning 15%. I'm going to start burning 5 because I'm in trouble. And now this 300 that's being burnt through that was 15%. It's now down to 100, which is 5%. So now your maintenance calories have gone down, but you're still trying to get a calorie deficit. So what are you doing? So maybe you're averaging, because you're under eating, so you're going underneath what I'm doing. So maybe you're intrinsically just doing anything between 1,300 to 1,450 on average, when I've set you the target of maybe 16 to 18, but you're just through trial and error and based on habits in the past, you're now doing you're averaging between 13 and 1,450. The body is compensated, and instead of doing 2,000 calories on average, which it would have stayed in if you'd stayed in this 16 to 1,800 calorie mark, your body, it wouldn't reduce its NEAT from 15 to 5%. It would stay at around 15% for a period of time, and your maintenance calories would stay close to 2,000 calories. But because you're now doing 13 to 14, your body has to respond, otherwise it's in trouble. You might not think it's much. You might think, I'm just eating less because that's what's going to get me better results. But what you've done is you've forced the body into an adaptive state. The body has adapted, and it's reduced its daily energy expenditure on average from 2,000 to 1,800. Okay, so what does this mean, Jack? Okay, well now that you're burning less NEAT, you're at 5% instead of 15% now. What else is your body going to do in order to get you closer to a maintenance mark? Well, it's going to say, you know, that exercise that you're doing where you're only burning 5%, well, maybe I'm just not going to go as hard in the gym or on my walks as I have been doing in the past few weeks. You know what? I'm going to force my body to be a bit more moody, cranky, less motivated to go to the gym, less motivated, less consistent in the gym, less consistent in my workouts, more distracted on my phone during my workouts because I've less energy. So it's going to turn this 5% of energy going towards exercise. It's going to turn into like 2.5%. So you've now just lost, instead of 100 calories to keep a maintenance, you've now gone back down onto, let's just say 50. That's been cut in half. So now your body's adapted again, because you're still under eating on average, and its maintenance calories have now gone from 2,000 all the way down to 1,750. 1,750. This is the maintenance calories. And Jack still has this goal for you to eat between 1,600 and 1,800 calories. But because you've been under eating, the body's adapted, and it's just not having a fun time anymore. Oh, and guess what? Now that because you're still under eating, the body is just like, fuck it, I'm still not getting enough food. What else can I do to help this person survive in the long term, because they're under eating? What your body's going to do, instead of playing around with the amount of energy that's burnt through the thermic effect of food, it's going to start fucking around with your basal metabolic rate, the thing that causes your body to literally function as a human being. It's going to start playing with your hormones. It's going to start playing with your period and reproduction system. Have you ever? It's very common that like elite athletes and like elite bodybuilders will lose their period or have really irregular cycles when they're at low calorie diets for a long period of time. And I know, like, you probably think, Jack, whoa. I've only been doing this for a couple of weeks. How can this possibly be happening? Like, surely this isn't, I'm not in this state yet. And I'm saying, no, you're probably not. But your body is on the way towards it. If you keep this up. Your body is probably, it might be weeks, it might be days, it might be months down the road where this would potentially happen. But your body is always like, I'm not getting enough food. Let's keep monitoring this. Let's keep lowering my BMR. Let me bring up the paint chart again. What it's going to do, it's going to be like, fuck it. Maybe let's reduce the amount of energy going towards reproduction, because obviously if food is scarce, I don't want to reproduce in this environment. So I'm going to start playing with Sarah's reproductive cycle. So we're going to decrease her progesterone, estrogen. Let's fuck around with the estrogen and luteinizing hormone. So she can't ovulate correctly and on time, because we want that energy that's going towards reproduction. We want that to go to our vital organs like the heart and the digestive tract and the respiratory system. We don't need to reproduce right now. If we did, it would put me at risk in the long term. So now it's gone from 70% down to, say, 62%. And I know you might be thinking, it's only 8%. But 8%, as we've seen from, it's no longer, I guess, it's probably not 8% from that 2,000. Let's just pretend it was 8% from that 2,000 calories, even though it wouldn't be, because it would be relevant to what the current metabolic rate is now. But just for peace of mind, let's just say it reduces it by 160, which is 8% from the previous 2,000. And I know this would all be relative. It's not going to go from 70% of this. It would just keep reducing the basal metabolic rate. So 160, 1,400 divided by 14. Take away, it goes to 112.40. Okay, let's delete this. I know this is a bit tedious, but I really want to get this message home for you. 112.40. Let's make that larger. So now, let me do some calculations for you. 1240 plus 100 plus 50 plus 200 equals 1590 is the new maintenance calories for this person. And I know this is this is over the long term. This isn't something that you experience straight away, especially when you're only in you're under eating for a couple of weeks now that you're on this program. But maybe you've been under eating for a long period of time before starting this course and starting this program. So you're in an interesting position right now, because your body has literally reduced its energy expenditure so much now that you're under eating, and now you're underperforming in the gym. Your quality of life is going down because your energy towards the non-exercise daily activities is going down. You're less likely to exercise and move around at work. Your quality of life is diminished. Your hormones are getting fucked up, all because you're under eating. This is why it's so important that we retrain your mindset towards food and eating. This isn't just a weight loss program. This isn't just a weight gain program. This is me teaching you how to give your body nutrients, give your body the energy that it wants. Like your stress levels are going to go down once we build up your metabolism again. So potentially, maybe you've been under eating for a long period of time, even though you're potentially overweight. When you try to diet, you go too extreme, which causes the yo-yo diet, which causes that binge, which causes you to fail and fall off the track. So in the long term, you're potentially stuck in this mental cycle, this mental circle of, I'm not getting the results that I want, I need to eat less. But eating less is causing you not to get the results that you want. But you're not getting the results that you want, so you've got to eat less. I've been in that position as well. 99% of the girls in the course, in the group, in the Facebook group, have been in that position, or currently are in that position. You are all on like this journey together, whether you know it or not, of shared experiences. And this is me just bringing to your attention how the body works, how your metabolism works. So let's just bring up pain really quick. I won't keep this video on too long, so I know it's a longer video, but it's just such an important video. So what we're doing, so potentially, let's just say it's not as extreme as what we have on the screen here right now. But as you can see, like the calorie deficit, if you under ate for too long, the calorie deficit that I've given you is now higher than the actual maintenance calories. So potentially, when you've been dieting for so long and under eating for so long, and your quality of life has just been diminished for so long, and now you want to lose weight, but you don't want to put on weight in the journey of losing weight. You're in this weird position. I'll cut this and put it back in later. Essentially, what we need to do, let me actually keep this there. Before we get too far down the road in this journey, this weight loss journey, I'm going to put a stop right here, right now, to you under eating. Your quality of life, your results in this program depend on you putting your faith in what I'm about to ask you to do. This is the booty building challenge. I'm going to challenge you to eat at the calories that I give you. Now, what you might see for the first week is you might see that the scales go, there's no movement on the scales. You might be holding extra water in your body. You might feel uncomfortable. But the maintenance calories that I know that your body thrives under, we are essentially what I'm doing for you and your body, and it sounds weird, I get it, but what we're doing for you and your body is we're repairing your metabolism. Let me say that again. I'm repairing your metabolism, your quality of life, the long-term results that you're going to get from doing this outweigh any short-term results that you get from a shock diet that you'll yo-yo, and then you'll be back here in 3 to 6 months time, more defeated, more deflated, more depressed, more anxious. Like, we're literally retraining and rewiring your body and your brain and your metabolism to function at a normal rate again. Now, if we've only been doing this for a couple of weeks and your body's just like, oh fuck, you're eating way too much, you're in a good position to you haven't done damage to your metabolism yet. So what I'm going to get you to do is just go straight back to where I was before, just so we bump up your body's digestive and metabolism and basal metabolic rates back to normal, so your body will be functioning as it would if you weren't under eating. So you might not see drastic results for the next week, but you will over the long term, over the next couple of months. Trust me, you will see results, and you've got nothing to lose, because everything else you've tried in the past has led you to where you are today, and the unsustainable results that you haven't been able to have so far. So obviously, if you're still watching, everything's kind of making sense. You've experienced firsthand, and you've seen the results from the other girls in the group. I've got to tell you, the other girls in the group, like one of the girls in my group right now, she has lost 11 kilos in 5 weeks, and the calories that she's eating, because she's her starting point's higher. Her starting point is above 100 kilograms, but she is eating on average about 2,200 calories a day, because her metabolism is firing on all cylinders, and her maintenance calories are about 2,500 or 2,400. She's eating almost 1,000 calories, 800 calories more than you, and she's burning so much energy in the day. She's got so much energy. She's walking. She wants to walk more. She's playing with her kids. She's got so much energy because her metabolism's firing on all cylinders, and she's giving the body what it wants and needs. And the body's relaxed enough to be like, look, food is not scarce, and I'm just going to let you take the fat storages off my body. That's where we need to get you and your body. We need to get you and your body to that point where it's like, look, food is not scarce anymore. Take the fat that you want. Take the fat that you need. I'm happy. You can have it for whatever exercise that you need. I know we're in a safe position. I'm going to look after us. If you do get too low, I might have to step in and lower that maintenance calories. But for now, metabolism's firing. I'm happy. I'm happy to reproduce. I'm not in a scarce environment. Let the fat loss begin. Hopefully this has been a long enough video for you and it makes sense. This is why it's so important. And as a 30-second addition onto this video, the protein targets I've set for you, if you don't hit your protein targets, your body starts to burn muscle and lean body mass. And lean body mass burns a lot of calories. So if you're burning muscle in order to drop weight on the scale, you're burning what burns the most amount of calories. You're removing off your body muscle, which burns a shit ton of calories through thermogenesis, not through exercise, just through bodily function. Having the presence of muscle on your body burns calories. The more muscle that you have, the higher your digestive system. So we've got to, your lean body mass and the muscles on your body, we've got to preserve it by having a minimum amount of protein per day. And it's going to range, everyone's going to range, it's typically going to be within 130 grams to all the way up to 180, depends on how much you weigh. So hit your protein targets, hit calorie targets. Hopefully this video makes sense, and I'm looking forward to seeing your comments and responses to this video. If yeah, that's enough. All right, you have a great day, ladies, and we'll talk to you soon.